Hello and welcome. We are going to attempt to do a vintage holiday cube on Magic the Gathering Online. This is the exact cube we have at the shop, so I'm hoping that people who enjoy cube and actually are wanting to learn a little bit more about it and see what the actual archetypes are and get the interactions, they will get a kick out of this video. So without further ado, here we go. Pick one. So there is a few picks in here that like Mystic Confluence is very, very good. I typically try to stay away from blue because blue gets fought over more than anything I know. Red is usually my color of choice, but we might try something different. There's also an Entomb for an early Reanimator type strategy. But we're going to just take Mystic Confluence and see what happens because this is a very, very good card. Okay, so we could stick with the blue and go Frost Titan, which Frost Titan is a decent card as well. We could shift and try to go into a blue-green ramp deck with Birds of Paradise, and there's also a Signet, and there's also a Battlesphere, which is a good ramp fatty to get into. I think what we're going to do, though, we're going to take Frost Titan and just try a blue deck out. I mean, like I said, I don't really draft blue very much because it's always fought over, but you could get this blue-green ramp deck as well. That's actually pretty good. And Frost Titan is a fine card to ramp into. So this is Brad Egerton chatting it up with me in case for those who don't know. I'm sorry if my voice comes out a little funky and distorted. I am currently getting over a sinus infection that has held me up the last couple of days. But since it is the last day of the cube, I decided I'd try to suck it up. Okay, so we do have a compulsive research, which is card draw for the blue deck, but I think I'm going to take Solemn Simulacrum just because it does kind of keep us open in case we want to try to go a ramp deck with a different color or just, he helps mana fix. There's also Dragon Lord Ojutai, which is very good for the blue-white finishers. He usually ends the game pretty quick whenever he hits the field, but I do like Solemn Simulacrum. I am very high on this card. He fetches you a land, and then when he dies, he is a cantrip as well. So, and he fits right into our curve so far, so we will take him. This pack is pretty underwhelming. If we go blue-white control, there's Day of Judgment, which that could be what we're in right now. There's Avacyn's Pilgrim, which is, again, green-blue ramp, but he's very weak for as far as green-blue ramp goes. Yeah, we'll stick Day of Judgment. So if we do go the blue-white control route, we do need to get a Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares or, True Name Nemesis or something of that nature. Sun Titan's okay. He's not quite where we want to be at, I think. Orzhov's Signet opens us up into possible Esper. Rimaz is alright. That early double white is kind of meh to me. And we are, at this point, trying to go more control-y. I'll take the Signet. Okay, so a reason for possibly going Esper is this guy right here. My guy is very, very good. Frantic Search is also okay, but it's more of a Storm card. I think we'll take Dragonlord Solemgar because, yeah, he's a pretty good control finisher. We do need to get some early cantrips or counter spells, though. There's Delver of Secrets, which is a little okay. He's alright, I guess. I'll take him if he wheels. There's Face Fetters, which has been wheeling. I don't know why it has been, though. But there's also Geist of Saint Traft, which is very good for the control and mid-rangey decks. And he's applies a lot of early pressure, so we'll go ahead and take him. This pack is not great. There's land tax, I guess, but I'm not really a fan of the land tax. There's also Urborg. I don't know if we're quite an Urborg deck either. We might be a land tax deck. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take the land tax. Okay, so what wield that we want? There's Sword of Light and Shadow, there's Pithing Needle, and there's Rakdos' Return. I'll take the Rakdos' Return. And see, it's pretty obvious blue is pretty much dried up. This is usually why I don't really try to get into blue very much. We'll take Murder's Cut. That's fine for Esper Control. Godless Shrine is pretty good for fixing our mana base up a little bit. Because we drew the win cons we wanted, but we didn't. We need some more counters magic and things like that. Dark Ritual, Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Shadow Mage Infiltrator is not bad. He does draw us a card every time he deals damage and he has fear, so yeah, we'll go ahead and take him. Okay, so Inquisition and Brimaz both wield, so it's kind of where do we want to be at? Do we want to be majorly black or do we want to be majorly white? Inquisition's more of a better control spell. Well, I guess we ran out of time. We took Brimaz. Take Puppeteer, click. Hypnotic Spectre's okay. Not really where I want to be at. So we have some options. Sorry, we have some options in this pack. Thalia is a nuisance against us. But Thalia is a nuisance against most decks, as Chase Handshoe will tell you. There's Karn Liberated, which is not really quite where we want to be at. Emrakul's very, very good. Jace Beleren's a fine control card. I think I'm actually going to take the Ponder, though, because we want the cantrips, and it helps you dig a little bit where you want to go. We have, well, is it Ponder or is it Jace? I don't think we're Brimaz right now. Ponder or Jace. Like the conundrum I'm having is neither one of these cards will wheel, and so with whatever we pick now is whatever we're gonna get. I think I'm gonna take Ponder. Alright, so here we go. That's a good payoff card for control. Bribery. We just search their deck and take one of their fatties away. There's also Cohesive Portal, which is fine for control. There's also a Marsh Flats, which can fetch our Godless Shrine, but Bribery is just right where we want to be. And here's a Mana Leak. A Mana Leak, Watery Grave, Oblivion Ring, Thoughtseize, Temple. So there's effectively 5 cards in this pack that we want. Surely one of them will wheel. We will be ecstatic with any of these 5, but Mana Leak is an early counter spell, and those are to be valued really high in a control deck in this cube. Careful Study is okay. Baneslayer Angel is a very good card as well. There's Hedron Archive for the ramp decks, but I don't think we're quite that. I think we just want to keep taking cantrips and fixing our hands as much as we possibly can. Okay, Treachery is a very good card. It's a free control magic, because when you cast it, you get to untap, or when it hits the field, you get to untap 5 lands effectively. So we'll go ahead and take Treachery. Here's Treasure Cruise, I believe, is where we want to go. Treasure Cruise or Declaration in Stone. Actually, Declaration in Stone's not bad either. I'll take the Treasure Cruise. Moat. Okay, this pack has some things we want in it too. Moat is very good in the control deck because it helps you buy some time. Impulse is also okay, and there's Mold Drifter. Again, there's 4 or 5 cards out of this pack that we wouldn't mind. We're gonna take the Moat though. So I don't feel bad about not mainboarding Brimaz. Now, if we can get an Elspeth Sun's champion, Moat and Elspeth Sun's champion is such a good combo because you just buy enough time until she ults and then all your guys have flying. And our Dragonlord Salamgar has flying. So if they end up playing a big flyer against us, we can just steal it with the Dragonlord or steal it with Bribery or steal it with Treachery. So I think we're in a good spot right now. We do need some land fixing though. Noted this is a lot more fair deck than what I usually like to go in this cube. I usually try to draft the unfair decks. This figure's okay. It's an early removal spell for like against ramp or something of that nature. Let's take that. Oh wow, okay, so Jace did wheel, and so did Banishing Light. Um, Jace, so if we have a mode out, Jace is an alternate win con because we can just effectively make them draw their entire deck out. Or we can take Emrakul, but I think Emrakul is a little slow for us. But I don't like playing against it. But I think we're going to take this Jace. Palinchron, not quite where we want to be. No one's in the burn deck. Fire Blast wouldn't be here if they were. I think we'll just take Academy Ruins if we can get a Mindslaver or something of that nature. So we're either going to take Empty the Warrens or Abrupt Decay, I believe. Take Abrupt Decay away. Upheaval is still here. Baneslayer Angel. I think so. Since we did pick up the moat, Baneslayer Angel is a fine card that also gives us a way to attack over it. So I think we'll take Baneslayer now. Here's also Limvala. I think Limvala is a sideboard card though, and deck and Stone Wheel. Perfect. And we do have a Banisher Priest, Oblivion Ring. Okay, our deck is coming together. I don't know if we need Disfigure or Murder. We're very, very light splashing black at this point. Coalition Relic is good mana fixing. Dimir Signet is also good mana fixing for us, and it's a 2-drop. We are a little heavy on 3s right now. Coalition Relic is really good though. I actually like the Signet. I know Stephen Wilcox, if he sees this video, will probably curse me till the end of the world, but I do like the Signet as it fits into our drop. So now we have the 2 Esper Signets. Okay. This pack, I think we're going to take Spell Pierce. Again, counter spells are very heavily valued since a lot of the ramping that you want to do is artifacts and stuff. So cheating out early planeswalkers is kind of crucial for a lot of decks and things of that nature. So just take that. This should disrupt it fine. And also, I like to mention that keeping blue card count up is pretty important too in the control decks, because if you do come across against a Force of Will, you do want to have a decent number of blue cards to pitch to it. So in this pack, we've got Force Spike, Factor Fiction, or Fetch Land. I think we want to take the Fetch Land because we do have Treasure Cruise, and fetching is can fetch Godless Shrine or an island, whichever one we need. Force Spike is excuse me. Force Spike is okay, and Factor Fiction's all right for fixing a little bit, but I think we want to just take the land and fixing while we can. Okay, so here we go. We took Mindslaver, or we took Academy Ruins in hopes to get a Mindslaver, and I think that's what we're going to do. There's also Torrential Gear Hulk, which can work with any one of our counter spells. But I think that's all we've got. We've only got 3 spells for it, so it's not really too exciting. But I think we're just going to take this Mindslaver. Okay, so Tamiyo is another great control card. There's also Linvala for our moat, shenanigans. But I think we'll take Tamiyo and hope Linvala wheels. There's Supreme Verdict, Underground Sea, Hymn to Turok. These are all 3 very good control cards. Flooded Shrine can fetch Underground Sea as well. I think we're just going to take the Supreme Verdict because I don't think we'll run the Shadow Mage Infiltrator. We might just splash black for Silumgar. We'll just take Spectral Procession at this point. It's Phantasmal Image, Looter Ilkor, Chrome Mox is okay. I don't see there's a reason to really ramp. We'll take Phantasmal Image and sideboard him, see what we can do. Elesh Norn is fine. It's not really a control card, but I think Repeal is fine as well. Okay, so at this point we're just going to start hating, or we'll take Parallax Wave for a sideboard card. For our win cons in this deck, we want to just try to get to these cards. Spectral Procession is more of a 3-drop, I think. Baneslayer Angel as well, yeah. If we can get a moat down and then follow it up with a Mindslaver control lock, it should be game. We are going to have to watch out against the green decks, though, because the green decks do usually pack a lot of enchantment removal. And we are going to have to make some cuts to get down to 40. So we'll take land tax out. I mean, I'm not really super sold on land tax. So we need to take one more out. We'll put Banisher Priest in the sideboard, I guess. Well, actually, I think we'll put Mindslaver in the sideboard. I know that's what we were trying to do with Academy Ruins, but, I mean, it is a little cute and a little slow. So Banisher Priest just serves too much of a good role. And here's Flicker Wisp. And I mean, we'll just keep the reason for having Moat alive. Also, Flicker Wisp with Parallax Wave is pretty funny because you can just like blink the Parallax Wave with the Flicker Wisp, and they both come back in and bounce, and just go nuts. Exalted Angel's okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll put it in the sideboard. It's a little bit worse of a Baneslayer Angel. And you know what? We'll go ahead and put Silumgar in the sideboard. I think there's some decks he's not very great against. Lingering Souls is fantastic. We'll mainboard that. And Stomping Ground. Okay, so I think we're gonna see. So we're at 16 lands right now. 5. I think we'll just run 17 lands and run 41 cards and see how that works out. And we'll just throw in one of those. Yeah, just run it like that. Is there even a reason to mainboard Academy Ruins right now? Probably not. The only black we need is to flashback Lingering Souls, but Solemn can fetch that. I think we just bring in another island and call it a day. Yeah, this deck could be okay. Spectral Procession, the triple white might be pretty hard. I think if we're gonna try for the triple white, I mean Brim is just a strictly better 3-drop for us. Yeah, we'll try the blue-white mid-range plan, see how it goes, I guess. Okay, well we will see you for round 1.